Do you have a weight loss plateau to clear in order to achieve your fitness dream? Intermittent fasting, if can be your solution. This fasting has become a common term in describing various types of eating program and approaches you take to lower calorie intake. It involves day-to-day or the weekly fasting cycle. Therefore, intermittent fasting has a lot of scientific reasons referring to various approaches to restrict calories intake. The methods may include an alternate day fasting that typically includes eating less than 500 calories in a day, like the 5-2 diet. It may involve 2 fast days of less than 500 calories a day. Also, a time-restricted feeding, that includes eating just 6 to 12 hours every day, then fasting for the 12 to 18 hours that are left. Intermittent fasting works well for most people. If you want to start fasting, it's advisable to start slowly as you work to your target schedule, which may take weeks or months. During the night when we are asleep, your body is set to be in a fasting mode. When you wake, you break the fasting by taking a healthy, energetic breakfast. Intermittent fasting involves going without taking anything for a longer time than sleep and then taking all your calories at a specific time. In this article, we are revealing whether this fasting could solve your weight loss plateau and how. It has various benefits when used to reduce your weight. Intermittent fasting benefits. Is when you decide to use intermittent fasting, you stand to get various health benefits. Some of them include reducing calories to increase the lifespan of your body cells. The fasting calorie restriction enhances the lifespan of animals. Limiting food intake also helps in fighting diseases. Another great advantage of using intermittent fasting in your body is to increase the responsiveness to the hormone insulin. The hormone insulin is always released to respond to the food taken. The hormone causes the liver, fat cells and muscle to store glucose. During fasting, the blood sugar levels lower. This leads to a reduction in insulin production, hence signaling the body to start consuming the stored energy. This leads to an immediate body weight loss if the process continues for some time. Intermittent fasting has various health benefits in the overall body other than weight loss. Some of them include increased energy, improved mental state, enhanced fat burning, increasing growth hormone production and improved cellular repair. These beneficial processes combine to promote a healthy weight loss. Is intermittent fasting good for you? It's good to know whether intermittent fasting is right for you. To be specific, there aren't official tests to guarantee whether someone is fit for trying it, although there are some useful general guidelines to consider. You ought to consider the impact on your lifestyle. If your fasting schedule is conflicting with your family's nutrition requirements or your work, it may be difficult for you to commit yourself to an intermittent fasting plan. In case you are an athlete, you ought to consider your nutritional requirements as well as the recovery process. Finally, for many women, intermittent fasting affects hormonal balancing, hence not suitable to some. Therefore, before starting any fasting schedule, it's advisable to visit your doctor for a further health consultation. Don't just take it because your friend did, but instead work on the schedule with a purpose and a goal to achieve. Ultimately, the best way to find if intermittent fasting can work for you is putting it on trial. This fasting has various types, hence choosing the right one that fits your needs and your health will give you excellent results. Some of them include: 1. Breakfast skipper or the 16/8 method. The method involves fasting for 16 hours and then eating the last 8 hours. This is excellent and appealing to many starters as they can decide to be eating from 4 p.m. to midnight every day. 2. Lean gains. In this method, women fast for 14 hours, while men take 16 fasting hours. It's similar to breakfast skipper, although there is a decrease in fasting length in women to avoid altering their hormone balance, since females are more sensitive to starvation. 3. Fast diet or the 5-2 diet. The method involves eating for 5 days then cutting down the calories intake in 2 days. It's a more advanced fasting technique where you normally eat in 5 days then reduce calories intake to 600 for men and 500 for women in just 2 days. The method is appealing to many people. 4. Alternating method. The method entails having alternating eating and fasting days. During the fasting day, you take 1/5 of your regular caloric intake, then consume the usually recommended calories on the feasting day. The diet is more comfortable to follow since feasting and fasting days alternate. 5. Warrior. It's the greatest of all, fasting for 20 hours a day then eat just one large meal probably at night. It's a very challenging schedule to follow since you need to fit all the major and minor nutrients into one single meal. The intermittent fasting schedules are many, so you only need to choose the best for you. It's advisable to start with breakfast skipper. Also try a method which works well with your work schedule and your hunger levels. How metabolism and genetics impacts your intermittent fasting schedule. Igrapas. During intermittent fasting, two forces do affect your results: the genetics, and your metabolism. How fast metabolic individuals try to lose weight? Focusing on calorie intake means a lot to you since you burn everything that you consume quickly, hence this fasting is good for you to lose weight quickly. You only take light meals, and your body burns the rest within a short time, even the stored fat. In case of slow metabolism individuals, intermittent fasting takes time to work for you since you store energy easily and your process of losing fat is very slow. You need to be patient. Your genetics make up impacts on whether you are a fast or slow metabolic person. The uncoupling genes provide enough information to decide whether you can benefit from intermittent fasting or not. Your genes define your fat-burning capacity, metabolic rate, muscle type and recovery time, which are essential in intermittent fasting. Conclusion: weight loss is a process which should be done in a healthy and friendly manner. Intermittent fasting is one way of losing weight naturally and shouldn't be undermined. This article answers very well whether could intermittent fasting solve your weight loss plateau. This fasting really works well, but the techniques require discipline and self-drive to attain your goals.